Hi, and welcome to Mom's Timeout.
Hello.
Been a hot minute, like 3 weeks.
A very long time indeed. I think more than we anticipated, but it all works out. It's all for good reason.
Yes. Life as a mom and it's summer. Not trying to make any excuses, but
No, I think everybody needs a break.
yeah.
You had your Alaska trip, you got to see your family. Life for me has been a little hectic with like work and then the wedding. And then we took a trip together with Stacy and her family. So it's just been so much, so many good things.
So many good things.
Mhm.
Yes. But the main thing that we're going to be talking about today is Nat's wedding.
Yes,
Second wedding.
second wedding. Where do I even start? Like,
Let me just interview you.
okay, put me on the
Today
spot.
in this episode. So I think we already know that you have already had your wedding, but is this like a wedding renewal or
What it is? What is it? Why? Why did I get married again? Um, so
with a
practice.
new man?
No, say man. Just no. Um, okay. So Lance and I had our temple sealing, and in our religion, it's like very special and important. And typically, the way that it happens,
Mhm.
get sealed before they have like they get sealed during 1 second. I'm like, okay, okay, yeah, we'll cut this part out. Um, so we had our temple sealing, and what a sealing is, it's practically like in our religion, what's the best way to like put it? We believe in like eternal marriage, eternal companionship, and eternal like life. And in order to receive like certain blessings in our religion, we go through the temple together as a couple. And there's just a bunch of special things that happen in there that like I'm not allowed to like like to
Yeah,
say, but it
which we
usually happens.
respect.
Respect. Put some respect on it. But typically it happens before you have children, and I was not endowed, which means I didn't have my temple garments before Lance and I had Adrian.
And
Versus
what specifically is temple garments?
so
Those with
we wear garments underneath our clothing, and it's to kind of like protect our modesty. And it's very sacred. They're white and they cover a lot. So like don't show too much cleavage, don't show too much skin. And usually you just try to cover it. Um, but I wasn't endowed, and but Lance was, but we got pregnant. So we went through this kind of like process where we repented for getting pregnant early and like other things that we did in our past.
Mhm.
Um, but when we chose to get sealed together, Adrian was able to be part of it, which is very special because not a lot of people get to have their children in there with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
it was very fun and special to see him there.
nice. Um, were you excited about this, or was it kind of like mixed feelings where it's like, it's my second wedding, like we already had this, or was it different because it was a seal within your church and it's just totally different than a wedding?
I feel like those are some really good questions. Like it really has me thinking. Like I think the first wedding, and I think I told you this before, probably not on the podcast, but like separately. I feel like I was so dissociated from what was actually happening during my first wedding, where I didn't have like much of myself be part of everything, you know? I more so told my mom, like, hey, you have free range, like, you decorate, you do whatever. Like, she asked me like a few questions, but like, I didn't know what was happening. And even the day of the celebration, I wasn't there. I don't remember eating. I don't remember cutting the cake. Like, I don't remember a lot of things. And I was,
Yeah.
I think, 4 or 6 months pregnant. So this time around, I was able to be part of the planning and all these things. But I think even then, I was just like not there
Yeah.
mentally. Um, I think it's just a lot of stress and like, yeah. But I think what made me really excited this time was yes, the ceiling was part of it. And like, even though we were already civilly married,
Yeah.
it's just like getting married for like eternity.
Hmm.
It's like has a nice ring to it, you know?
Yeah.
So very happy this time around. More of myself was involved,
Yeah. Which is important.
but then it wasn't as big as the first wedding, which is the
Hmm.
sad part.
Mm. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
Hmm.
Was that me?
What?
Did you hear a ding from me?
I think it was, yeah, I think it was you, but I didn't hear it.
Okay. I was like, whoa. Um, for your second weddings for your seal, did you have a Pinterest board or like was it similar to your first wedding? Well, I know you said that your mom planned the first wedding, so you weren't really involved, but did you want to be more involved with the second wedding?
Yes, I feel like even though my mom is super good at planning parties, like she even like put her own touch to what we celebrated the second time because I didn't put things together. I like bought everything, but she was the one that decorated and put it together. I did have a Pinterest board. I'll say like my first wedding, it was in November, so it had like a very boho fall theme to it. And it was in
Mhm.
an airplane hangar and there was a lot to it. There was like arches and like everything was just super boho and fall, which is my mom. And I like that style too, but like it was really like rustic colors and that was her.
You need to input some photos here.
I don't even know about photos, but I think somebody
Really?
does.
I feel like I've only seen like two photos.
Yes, like I
Per se.
literally like I was just not there. I was too pregnant and too sick to like even be involved in like decorating. But this time around, I did have a Pinterest board, but like my Pinterest board kind of cuts in half. Like I had like all white flowers, like black tuxedo like style for like the first half, and then I feel like something changed between me where like I went completely pink and orange and like sunset vibes, which is two different two different things.
I'll input pictures of what it looked like. It was beautiful. I loved it.
It was super beautiful, but I think like I don't know. I think I had like an idea of what I wanted it to look like, but I knew that was just way too big and grand for like a backyard party. Because like it was a wedding, it was like a celebration of our ceiling, but it wasn't like the whole shebang like
Mm.
you do it the first time around.
Yeah.
Hmm. So it
Mm.
did feel a little bit different than my first wedding just because we had already been married for two, like we're going on 2 years of marriage, but it's still super exciting to get that second experience with all the people that didn't show up the first time.
Yeah. And we were there.
I know. Which the thing is, I realized about our family, nobody likes to dance. And I love to dance, which made me really sad because the first time around, like nobody really was partying. The
Hmm.
second time, we had a little bit, like my friends and my, like, you guys participated, but like my parents were sitting down, which growing up is not what they used to do. So it was a little
Maybe
bit like, yeah, it was a little bit.
they were a little shy.
My mom broke her arm, so I mean, it makes sense.
She gets a pass.
She gets a pass, yeah.
Oh. I think you touched on this beforehand, but did it seem like totally different with Adrian there?
Yes, because I mean, Adrian was there the first time just in my belly. And it was nice to just see him be part of it
Mhm.
because the way that it's we have like our own session, Lance and I, and then Adrian's brought in for the kind of like second session where he's part of it. And it was actually crazy the fact that like I didn't know how Adrian was going to react. Was he going to be crying? Because he's kind of in this fussy stage. But when
Mhm.
we were in the temple and he was part of it, he was completely silent, just calm as could be. Like
Yeah.
had no type of like fussy reaction or anything. No, he was like completely calm. He put his hand on top of ours and like we were just staring
Oh.
at him and he was staring at us. Like he was staring at me in my eyes, which just made me feel like it felt very like special and tender and like peaceful.
Mm.
Mhm.
Mm. And what was the best part of your day? Your wedding sale day?
The best part of my day, I feel like towards the end, I don't want to say like when everybody like so the actual sailing was the best part of the day, like hands down. But apart from that, like when it came to reception, the party, I think like once everybody started leaving and we started clearing things up, I wish you
Mhm.
guys would have stayed.
I
But
know.
we ended up playing board games and we ended up swimming in the middle of the night. It was like we didn't get out of the pool till like 1 a.m.
That's
And
crazy.
it was just a vibe. It was
Yeah.
it was so fun. I think that was the best part of the night because I knew, okay, I don't have to worry about like what's next.
Yeah.
Just more so living in the moment.
Mm. Aw. You for telling us all about it. We've been waiting
Yeah.
to hear.
Yeah, I know. There was definitely like those were the highlight of the day. There was like a lot of really weird bad things that ended up happening like leading up to it, which that's I don't know. I don't know if we want to get into it, but like I said, my mom broke her arm. There
Yeah.
was like so many obstacles that we kind of had to jump over, but at the end of the day, it was like it worked out in its own way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, it was rough. But
I know, like when you looked at me, when you saw me, you were like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, no, not really." It's like I think Lance, he had a different idea of what he wanted to do
mm,
and what I wanted to do. And like we
mm,
weren't on the same page. So it's kind of like I planned my own thing and he was like, oh, okay, cool. Like I'll just show up the day of. And he showed up at shorts and a polo, which I know Kyle was like,
yeah, Kyle, because Kyle was already like nervous, of course, as he is.
yeah.
And when we arrived, we saw your brother-in-law. And so Kai from then on was like, oh my gosh, I'm overdressed. I'm like, okay, actually, maybe you are. But
Which actually I had no idea that my brother-in-law was gonna like not dress up because my other brother-in-law was like in a suit jacket and like he was and his wife was like dressed up and whatnot,
yeah.
but like and I think he just heard what Lance told him and got the wrong idea of what the thing was. But like leading up to it, I was telling everyone like kind of dress like you're going to church. I don't know, put a dress on, put something classy on, but like nobody was really on the same page,
Mhm.
which I think that was what was bothering me. And you saw my face. I was like upset. Yeah,
But then Lance changed and everything was okay.
I know. I was like, thank you so much for getting dressed. But yeah, there was that. My best friend almost couldn't attend the ceremony, which sucked. The flowers got delivered the day of, where it was supposed to get delivered the day before, and there was just so many mix-ups. And Lance almost couldn't participate in our own ceremony. Um, but it all worked out. My mom broke her arm. We didn't know in the moment. We found out days later that that's what happened when she was decorating, but
Mhm.
it still like just worked out at the
Yeah.
end. It just felt super stressful at the moment.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
bet.
But that's pretty much it that happened and how it went.
Mhm. Thank you for sharing.
No, of course. I'm always happy to share how it went. And if anybody has any questions for what like regarding like my religion, how we do things, I'm always happy to share.
And what religion are you?
I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, also known as people call us Mormon, but we prefer to say the whole church name. So yeah,
Yay, thank you.
you're welcome.
And thank you guys for being so patient with us. And let us know. We'll definitely be on a more better schedule. It was just a hectic summer, but we're gonna get back to it. It's still like slowly going back to our normal routine, you know. But
Hey,
we're
it's understandable.
yeah,
We're moms.
we're moms and we don't always get a time out.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Mic drop.
um um but I think this is our sixth episode. So I think that's a wrap for this first season. So thank you guys so much for coming along with us. Our second season will be very entertaining as well.
We hope so. We hope you guys find it entertaining.
But it'll be kind of fall themed. So as
You
we
know, getting ahead of the holidays, which this upcoming season, I'm gonna be solo parenting a little bit. We're gonna be going on our honeymoon as soon as we get back. Lance is gonna be gone, so it'll be interesting because I've never spent that much time away from him. So it'll
it'll be good.
be
Yeah,
good.
we're excited.
Yeah. Well,
Thanks.
thank you guys for listening.
Bye, we love you.
Bye.